If you have a pressing question for Susan, please don't ask what's my life purpose, because she can't do that in 4 minutes. But anything else?
My mom's parents passed away a few years ago, and they were like a second set of parents to me. And growing up, me and Nana would always joke around saying that when
Here.
you got there,
You got your own.
thanks.
Go ahead.
That when you got there, or when she got there, that she would let us know that she's okay. And so I guess I'm always just worried that they're not okay.
They are okay. They really are. Were they religious?
Not really.
Okay, because I keep getting something in your car. So do
Yeah, I
you?
have their prayer card in my car.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go. Okay, love it.
Thank you.
That was easy. Okay, so see how it works,
See how
everybody?
open you are. I love you. I can see why they love you.
Not religious, but they have a prayer card in your car. That's pretty hilarious. Anyone else? Yeah, of course. Honestly. Bronwyn, do you have a question?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Okay, we've got one right there.
Okay. Coming to you. Hold on, Wendy. I'll give you the microphone so everyone can hear you. Here.
Thank you. In another situation I had, I came in contact with my a stillborn daughter I had who had passed away. Her name's Ani, and she's like 17, 18, flowing red hair. I have 3 daughters on this side, and I keep seeing, I want to know if Elle is with Ani, number 1, who is another spirit on the other side, who was very connected to my daughters here as well. And my middle daughter, I feel like I keep getting signs about her from them, because I keep seeing Van Halen, and her name's Haley. And Vanessa was the mother of Elle who had passed away. So am I interpreting this correctly about Haley being spiritual?
Yes. Now Haley is exactly who? What line is she in?
Haley's my daughter who's 18. She's my middle child here.
When's her birthday?
October 23rd.
Oh wow. Okay. Her mind is very sensitive.
It is, I know, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't, but I'm getting it.
No.
Okay. But no, seriously, her mind is extremely sensitive, and as she gets older, more is going to transcend.
Okay.
She is going to get so many messages, and she will. Tell her not to be afraid of it. And for some reason, I don't think she is.
No, she is my most intuitive one.
But she is going to evolve into more.
Okay.
And I do. And I'm going to tell you something about her. Medically, she's going to be very intuitive, knowing who's sick and if something is wrong with them. Just remember my words.
Okay.
Okay, don't be afraid.
No,
it's going to be okay.
Thank you.
Because I know you're really touched right now, but I am telling you, she is going to evolve in a medical way where she is going to see who is sick, who isn't, and it's going to be really important.
Okay.
She needs to stay with what she feels. Many times I've seen things and people have thought I was crazy. I would never give in to what I felt or what I saw. Many times, psychics will say, well, yeah, maybe it could be that. No, it's not that. I'm very fussy about that because I know what I see.
Right.
And tell her that. But in the medical, in the physical, she's going to pick up a lot.
So tell her to trust what she sees, what she feels, what
And
she
if
interprets.
she actually gets a message, which she will, of somebody that they need this or they shouldn't maybe do this for themselves, you're going to see everything. When that happens, you email me because that's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
I mean that.
Thank
You are
you
so
so
welcome. You're very welcome. I love that. That's really
Anyone? You
nice.
guys have a quick question? No? Yes?
Oh, there we
You
go.
guys are going to regret it when you get home if you don't ask one. I'm just
That's
saying.
okay. That's
Here we go.
fine. Hi.
Our brother passed, and my daughter was 3 months old. Now she's 4. And sometimes she just, out of the blue, will be like, oh, that's
She
Uncle.
sees him. So,
Or that's Baba, or I spent the day with Baba. Which is
he
that,
loves to play hide and seek with her.
Baba?
Because she's going, and she has bouts of laughter that come right out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, he sees her. And when she's laughing, she starts running. Okay? She's doing this. Hide and seek.
And with my brother, does she have conversations with him?
She does, especially when she's in the car. Why am I getting that? But in the car is when she starts really thinking about him, and that's when he appears. But when she sees him, she's always leaving him, and he's outside. So it's very interesting. So he's very comforted by that.
I get a lot of downloads at work where I think, I didn't think of that. Is that my brother?
Yeah, because they come out of the blue. So I will say that, and like I said earlier. So yeah, that's very important. I also keep getting numbers, so pay attention.
Yes.
Okay, pay attention.
We have a number.
Okay, I just keep getting numbers. Okay, right now it might not be your number, but I keep seeing 2s. Okay, so I keep seeing 2s and 7s. I keep getting those numbers, so pay attention to that. By the way, is there someone's birthday coming up?
My mom.
Happy birthday. There you go.
Okay.
That's from your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell her. Okay,
Thank you.
I have
There's.
one other question.
go ahead.
Sometimes my daughter,
I can't hear, hon. Can you please talk in the
I'm sorry.
microphone? Yes.
I just wanted to know if my daughter has a special gift because sometimes she'll say stuff. Like, I don't know if she's starting to
Okay.
receive different messages.
That's a great question, actually. Here's what I tell people. All children can see spirit, just like all animals will always see spirit. But if the child will have it till about 6 or 7, they will see it. After 6 or 7, it usually goes away. They get tainted with everyday life because children are very pure. If the child has it past 7, chances are they're going to have the gift for life. So that's how you're going to know. Okay?
And then it'll come back with a vengeance.
That's true. And then they want to wake
Hang
it
a
up.
shingle,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's your question?
So I have a quick question. We had
Can you talk into the microphone, please?
oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
She had a very dear friend pass away, and she felt his presence for quite some time. Then all of a sudden, it just went away.
He was trying to let you know he was okay. The dream was real. So if you dreamt of him or somebody dreamt of him, I keep getting he's coming in dreams. He's trying to show you that he really is okay. I just keep getting something very quickly, okay? And I don't know why. Did something happen very quick? Was there a faster passing? Because I keep getting that he just went very quickly. Well, then maybe he just went to the other side very quickly and didn't hang around for 72 hours. But I think that's where you're concerned. Don't be. In other words, when he saw the light, he ran to it. He was okay with not being here. I think he had struggles, okay? Okay, so this makes sense now. Okay, so when he saw that light, he didn't want to stay because he had nothing to stay for. That's how he was thinking. I know you think different, but I'm in his psyche right now. So he ran. He never even stayed 72 hours. He went right up. So you're going to dream of him. The reason you're not dreaming of him is because you're not making your peace with his passing. No, you haven't. You're still worried about him. Don't be worried. Once you stop worrying is when he'll come in the dream, and you're going to have talks with him because you used to talk to him all the time. You had very good talks with this guy. So he's going to make this up in a dream, and you're going to carry off where you left off. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you lost your friend. Thank you. It stinks. Okay. Okay.
Here, now she's got one. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yay! Right? She doesn't bite, I promise. She doesn't bite.
So this is my friend and I, and we came to see you like individually like a little over a year ago.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
thank you for coming.
And we both had a lot of like really good things happen in our life since then.
Okay.
But I think one thing that I wanted to know is I don't know that much about spirit guides and angels, but I'm open to it all. So I wanted to know if I have either a spirit guide or like an angel that looks out for me, and then same for my husband, because that's who I constantly worry about.
When's your husband's birthday?
February 5th.
Okay. He's a smart guy. He does things his own way.
Yes.
And that's what you can't get in the rhythm of. I know you worry
Yeah.
about him, I get it, but he's not going to change. You need to change in how he is. You're going to have to be a little bit more accepting to his behavior. Now, everybody has an angel, okay? I tell this to everybody. The closest you are to angels and spirit is when you're amongst water and nature. All right, so the next time you're in a shower, before you get in, I want you to say thank you to your angels. Now, you don't know who they are, I get it, but just say, I don't know who you are, but I know I want to say thank you for loving me, protecting me from the minute I came into this world. I would love to know your name or your names, and that's it. Now, go in the shower, let the water hit your whole body, and just quiet your mind. The first name or names that come into your mind are your angels' names. How many names that come to you is how many you have. Now, you can address to them for the rest of your life your angels' names. Now, There's other psychic mediums that only say there's only one angel. I've had 2 near-death experiences in my lifetime, and I always thought we only had one too, until I temporarily passed, okay? There were 2 angels taking me and escorting me up. The second time it happened, same 2 angels. So it's very interesting, okay? So I will tell you that. We do have angels. Some people have 1, some people have 2, maybe other people have more. I'm not going to ever say you have 1 again. Now, if I didn't have those 2 near-death experiences, I probably would think 1, but it is a fallacy. You get what you are assigned. So it doesn't make you better because you've got 2 and maybe you have 1. You get what you need, okay? Now, don't be surprised if you hear some really off-the-wall names in your head, like Geronimo or, yeah, not every name for an angel is Gabriel. Okay, because you have some off-the-wall names. It's very true. So they are your angels. And then you can have a real personal relationship with them once you know their names. Now, your spirit guides are usually people that have passed that you have met or have known. Sometimes we even have incorporeal spirit guides. Now, what are those? That is something like the Blessed Mother, Jesus, Moses, Joan of Arc. These are spirit guides that will come in a pinch to help us for a certain scenario, and then they magically leave. And then we have usually the constant spirit guides. So I do. And I keep getting somebody that's older for you, a female. So I don't know if this is an aunt or a grandmother, but I keep getting, anybody have a headache that had something with their head? Because my head really hurts right now. Depression. Yeah, depression, Alzheimer's. Because, boy, my stroke, my head's starting to hurt. While I'm looking at you, there's somebody coming through that had something with their head. Do you know? I want you to find out, and I will bet you any money they had something here, an aneurysm, a brain bleed. There's something about the head that's talking to me right now. Okay, please ask. Okay, but this lady seems to be around you a lot, and she's telling me to tell you it's all going to be well. Whatever it is you want, you can actually get. You put yourself 20 steps back. She's saying stop. Don't worry about this. Worry about what you have right now. And there's going to be a change coming for you. It's kind of like you're kind of letting it go. It's, yes, but it's a good change. All right? It's almost like you're seeing the glass in a way half empty. Look at it more full because it's going to come to you. But this is going to be a welcome change for you. And it's going to happen within 3 months. Enjoy it. But give yourself permission to enjoy it. You don't do that. Okay, thanks. At least you're honest.
Plan a girls' trip. You have a question? No. Okay.
No, that's fine. How are you? Nice to see
Do
you.
you have a question?
Oh,
No?
I guess.
Come on, you're right here.
Do you have a message for my highest good?
Your highest good. I have to tell you, you always do the best thing. You are such a love. You are. You really are. You know, I think you helping people in such a positive way, I think you need to do that more because I think that's how you get inspired, but you get more powerful. You do, and you have to stay busy. When you're busy, you're better. I worry about you when you're not busy. Does that make sense? Yeah. A younger person's telling me he walks right by your side all the time. So you have somebody younger. I don't know if you lost somebody younger.
No, usually it's just my grandpa.
Okay, but this, hang on. There is somebody younger who's walking alongside you. So you do have somebody, it's a male, and I like him, but he's also trying to tell me that there's more that you can do. You're not sure of yourself. Do more. Do what you're here to do. You're a healer. Do you know that? You do. Okay. You need to do more of this, okay? Because I'm telling you, you're actually going to be happier when you do it. Things are going to open up for you. It's almost like you know it. You're so smart. But I don't want you to be afraid of who you are. You always have one toe in the water, but you're not immersing yourself in it. That's what's stopping you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Go big or go home. Hold on, we
Yeah,
got to
you
give
got a
some
lot.
love to the back of the room here.
Boy, you got so much.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Miss Sandy.
Hello.
How
Hello.
are you?
Talking to the mic, honey.
Good. Glad to see you here.
I am too.
Okay, this is really practical. So
Mhm.
let's see if this, on Friday I had just a horrendous, mortifying experience at work. And I know there's a bigger meaning behind it. I know there's some kind of purpose. Are you getting anything for that?
Is there somebody that's getting in the way of this?
Well, yeah, maybe my manager.
Oh, okay. I want this. This is going to even itself out.
Okay,
Don't make a big deal out of it.
I know.
Because if you
Trying not
do,
to.
yeah, I know. Don't be mortified because
Yeah.
something's telling me it's going to come back in your favor and he's going to look like the idiot.
Okay.
Woo, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be a lot nicer.
Okay. I'll
Okay,
take
but
that.
trust me, it will work out in your favor when you say nothing because he's going to show more of who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to win for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's okay because you know
Okay.
what? Maybe this needed to happen for people to see the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, there's going to be do you work with a lot of men?
I do, and a lot
Okay.
of and women who
Yeah.
are very, just
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact.
Yeah, well, that you can handle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there's another man that's going to come to your side.
Okay,
Stick with this man. This man is very genuine.
okay,
Your boss isn't, but the
No.
next one, your colleague is.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome.
Hi,
How are you?
nice to see you.
It's always great to see you.
I got some great information from you a few years ago. My mom passed away very young, and you told me that my Ryan, my son, was sent because she never had any boys. So this boy of mine is graduating from college soon, and he's picking a career that we're really worried about because it's he wants to be a police officer like my husband. And the job has completely changed, and I
Mhm.
don't think it's a good fit for him because
When's his birthday?
10-8.
He's a smart kid. He's got a lot of logic and balance with him, but he's very intuitive. I'm with you. I'm not a big fan. I feel bad for what's coming for a lot of police officers. I do. And I deal with a lot of police officers. Sandy knows. I deal with a lot of them. Okay, but he wants to do it. So here's what I would recommend because this is what I see.
Take the fireman test?
Let him be a police officer. He's not going to stay in the field long. That's what I'm getting. Because when he sees it, it's one thing to have an image of everything, but it's another to actually be in it and do it day in, day out. Your son is very smart, and he's going to get it really quick. But he has to do it on his own terms.
I know.
So I see him doing it, but I don't see him staying in it. And buy him a Archangel Michael medal. Let him wear it on him, put it on his bag. Buy a few of them. I think everyone, a soldier, a medic, anybody, your children, put it in their little backpacks. I believe in that. It will definitely strengthen and keep them protected. But that's somebody I would definitely do. But he's not going to stay in it. You'll see.
Thank you.
And when he does, email me. I'll be very happy for you.
So Susan, I don't know if sometimes if you're at one area and then a spirit from somewhere else is kind of pulling you.
Sometimes.
When you were talking about the headaches.
Yeah,
and the,
is it for
all
you?
that, my friend that was supposed to be here, why I was late, she couldn't come because she had these horrible migraines. And you know her, Lisa, that her son died about 3 years ago.
Yes.
Then her
Oh my
son's
God,
girlfriend died
yes.
about a year ago. Now
Yes.
her ex-husband just died like 3 months ago.
Oh
so
my
it's just
God.
been.
This girl, you know what?
So she couldn't make it. I mean, we were.
I
at-
feel so bad. I'm so sorry, but
So I just wasn't sure if that
horrible migraine. This
Yeah,
isn't a
just
headache.
horrible. Where she's got to get a
But I
CAT scan
actually
tomorrow.
see one side of my face a little bit more, okay, which is my left. I really have a horrible headache right now. It's an Excedrin popping headache right now that I need to take. But I'm going to tell you right now, here's something I want you to tell her. Where she is living, tell her to get out of there.
You've been saying that for 3 years. She hasn't
Please
gone yet.
listen. One thing after another is happening. Help her. I don't care what you have to do. Get her out of there.
Okay.
That's what I would
I
definitely
am a
say.
realtor too, so maybe that would work.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay.
I mean, what's the resistance? Why won't she leave if she's been hearing this for 3 years?
Been in her family for years.
Oh,
but
no.
Her great, well, you know the story.
I
Her
did. I get
grandmother
it.
died in there, and her grandmother died in there.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, but no.
Long
Listen to
history.
me.
Just bad.
If the area does not feel right, I don't care what the history is, time to move on. Apparently, there's more bad energy in there, and I will bet money that everything that's happened comes from the stem of this place.
You've been saying that for 3 years. Yep.
But what has been happening?
Nothing.
No, what has
bad
been
things,
happening,
just
her being there.
contiguous. Yep.
One after another. Please, I hope she listens, but tell her what I said.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, she will get no peace until she makes the change.
Okay.
Nice to see you. Please tell her I hope she feels better. I'm sorry.
Yes, coming over here. Right. You need another beer? You doing okay? Okay.
He's hanging in there. Hi.
Hi.
My husband here, his dad passed away when he was, what, you were 18 or so? And he's always held on to, like, a lot of sadness over not being able to be there for his dad. And when his dad was really sick towards the end, how he felt he wasn't there for him, and it kind of grinds at him.
It shouldn't, because your father has the same thing for you. He feels bad that he wasn't there for you. Your father always worked. There was always something, he was always busy, that he didn't give enough of his time to you. I'm getting the complete opposite, that your father's coming through about that. And he's telling me to forgive. Please forgive me. Okay? You're carrying all of this for the both of you, but it's in truth what he didn't do enough for you. And I think because you were such a little boy watching all of this, there was a lot of things that weren't right when you were growing up. And I hope I'm not offending you. Okay? And he's saying he's sorry because he put the brunt on you. And you always felt that you had to do it. And he's saying, I'm sorry because I'm not proud of what I left. And that is where you've got to make your peace. But your father was the one that, he wasn't perfect, and I know that. But your father, there was a lot he didn't do right. And I think you're trying so hard to do something right because you always felt that it was your responsibility to do it. And he's saying, it was me, it wasn't you.
Okay.
You're welcome. But please remember that, okay? For those of you who have parents that maybe didn't do the best job, okay? All you can do is pray for their soul, and it's very important to do that because they're doing work up there. And trust me, they see. You are more of a man that he could ever be because you got the secret ingredient to do the right thing. Your father didn't. I know it. He couldn't be more proud of you to what you've created. Would you give yourself permission to be proud of yourself? Because you never heard it from him. And he's telling me, you are more than what he could have ever done. And I think you're trying to make peace with that it was you and it wasn't him. But it was him, it wasn't you. Okay? You don't sleep very well. I know. He tells me he watches you when you sleep, or try to, because you just can't get him to be okay. You need to have a heart-to-heart talk with your dad. He hears you. He's right here.
I tell him often.
You're right.
I tell him all the time. You
Well,
have to talk to him.
maybe a stranger will kind of get through to him.
Hopefully.
Kind of like with our kids.
Yes.
We can say it as mothers, but if somebody else says that, oh, Mom, this was the great idea.
it makes
really?
sense.
What have we been
Yes.
saying? Okay,
Yes.
but I'm being honest with you. This is really what's happening because you have an intrusion, and your intrusion is your thought process to what your father left you with. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a rosary?
In my trunk.
Thank you. Your father keeps you safe there. So keep the rosary there. So he knows about the rosary. Okay? So remember that.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Good guy. I like
That's
that.
the first rosary we've had at the Wilmette Theater in someone's
Well,
pocket.
we
That's
need
awesome.
it here. We need it here.
Okay, hold on. I'm just doing my due diligence with the Lysol wipes. Here we go.
That's okay.
There you go. Sorry, now it's all
No,
clean.
it's okay. A couple things. When you talked about the first things that go in your head, it's like a flashcard that's on high speed sometimes. If you can address that, and then also please show gratitude and thank you. And it's weird to see you for finally for doing this. We're like on the phone or doing Zoom, so it's like, wait a minute, what? But anything about my dad?
Your dad,
and
he's,
then
he's
Hold
passed?
on,
No,
one
he's
at a
not
time, sweetie. Let her go.
No,
What-
he's
what-
not passed.
Okay.
No, what he just did. That'll make sense.
Your dad just passed.
No,
He didn't pass.
no,
So what are you saying then?
no. Okay, I'll just switch it to anything from Sue, Doug, or my Aunt George.
Okay. Let me go back. The flash. All right. The flash that you see.
Like the flash things that I think.
Just hang on a second. The flash that you see is almost like coming attractions to what is coming. Okay. Don't be afraid of it, because sometimes we get these premonitions of things that are about to come. So when you see a flash thing, write it down, write the date down, and just journal it and keep it there, because then you're going to get a bigger flash the next time and it's going to make more sense. Does that make sense? Okay. Your second question was?
Just thank you and the gratitude thing.
Okay, when
my
you-
dad wrote a book. That's why I was asking. So I wanted to just know if you had any thoughts on that. And then I was just anything from my grandma.
It's interesting. As much as your dad wrote a book, you're going to write a book. That's what I'm getting. You're going to write the book, okay? But your book is going to be different. Your book is going to be everything that your father's not writing, and it's going to be everything that is not spoken about.
Already is.
It is. There, okay.
Yeah.
I see a book, and you're going to do very well, because a lot of people are going to identify with that, and that's what I see.
Okay.
Okay, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the funny relative?
My Aunt George.
Oh, my
She's the one
God.
with the hair all the time.
I keep hearing laughter like crazy in my ear, and she's just saying, you're taking things way too serious. Don't sweat the small shit, she's saying. And though, yeah, I'm going to tell you, that's exactly. Yes, she's saying it now, because you are. Stop. Okay? Stop. I don't know why, but I'm saying stop. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
You need to go on with your life and stop hanging on to all of those things that are getting in the way. Your emotions are like on a freeway. Okay, kick them to the curb. They all get off and start just soloing it. You're going to do better when you're alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gratitude and thank you.
Gratitude and thank you. Thank you. You know, you can say thank you to anybody you want to say thank you to. You know, people ask for specific prayers, and I just say there is no rehearsal that when you are praying. You need to just pray. I want you to have a dialogue. And here's another thing. Don't be repetitive with your prayers. That's another thing that I see people doing all the time. They're repetitive with their prayers all the time. Change it up. How about when you don't need something, say thank you. It doesn't always have to be a prayer of what you need. And just for my mother used to say something to me. She said that, my mother would pray a lot, and I remember she was having a conversation with somebody, and somebody says, well, I pray, and I just don't get my prayers are never answered. So my mother goes, well, your prayers are answered. God told you no. Okay? So you do get the answers. It's just, maybe it's not what you want, but that's okay. All right, so your prayers should be very organic. It should be very authentic. It should be very real, because it's coming from you. So how somebody prays can be good for that person, but you can change it up to what you want it to be. I think we are so rigid that we're so afraid to think outside the box. If you're mad, pray to God. You can say, I am really mad. I am so mad at you right now, because I've noticed that Spirit will come through, or God will show you something, and it's going to be incredible. Oh, by the way, I'm just redirecting this to you. Pay attention to the rainbows. Okay? Because I see auras of color coming for you, and that's going to be your sign. And then you'll have new beginnings, so be careful. Watch those very carefully.
I have as I'm listening to you about the prayers.
Yeah.
So our mom prays, we're Catholic, and in our tradition, when somebody I always say, I never say like my brother died because I feel like it would be disrespectful to him.
They're not dead.
Yeah, I just feel like it just doesn't match.
Your brother passed.
He transitioned because I think
Yeah.
he's always with us.
He
Sometimes
is.
I do ask him to be a little bit more obvious because sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm kind of dumb. Like you need to be more obvious for me to do something for you. But my mom has, since the novena, has not stopped praying, and that's her way of connecting with him.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm listening to you, I was thinking, my sister and I have conversations with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My mom hasn't dreamt him.
That's because she's not doing it right. She's rehearsing. When she says the novena, I'm sure that she is saying it the same way every day, every day, every day. It can't be done this way. This is very important for all the Catholics out there because I believe very much in the novena, and I'm not a Catholic, but the Blessed Mother exists, very much so. But I'm telling you, be real. Your mother is just not, I know she's trying to do it from her heart, but there's some mixed emotions there. There you go. So how about praying to God to help her release the anger? You know, somebody asked me a long time ago, what's more important, love or peace? And I said, peace. And so the lady said, God, I'm so surprised you said that. I would think it would be love. I said, you cannot have healthy love until you have peace. Peace restores everything to a healthy. Remember that. That's why it's so important. Don't fight with yourself. Okay, so this is, you know, when you pray, I just want you to just pray the way you want to pray, and it's okay, but you always say thank you. Some people would rather say thank you first. I always say thank you after. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's a good thing. Okay, when your loved ones have passed and you want to make contact with them, what I want you to do is try to have a conversation within yourself, okay? When you start talking to this person, to this soul, to this spirit, however you visualize, okay? The trick is to not micromanage what you think they should be saying. Okay. When you are completely open, you are opening up the portal between you and that spirit. But the trick is, don't micromanage it. Sometimes I hear things from people that have passed that I love, and they are literally telling me, Suze, stop it, or you need to do this. And I hear it. I'm like, okay. I mean, seriously, this is definitely coming from them because this is something I would never say. But is it true? Yes. So when we pray, how about this? Do not have ego. Let the ego go when you pray. That's what this is all about. Because when the soul transcends and goes to the other side through that light, the ego is down permanently. We're still human, and we're, you know, me included, let me tell you. But I got to tell you one thing that I've learned very, very hard, probably within the last 10 years. The ego's gone. I don't care how important somebody is. If I've done a reading with a famous movie star or somebody just like Joe Schmo, as they say, I treat everybody the same. I'm not going to get all flustered. I'm not going to be, oh my God, I've got so-and-so in my office. Nope. I'm going to handle it accordingly. I'm going to be me. But it doesn't matter because somebody is making millions of dollars and somebody is just making maybe $20,000 a year. It doesn't matter. Now, if you can start letting go every day of the ego and stop being competitive. If somebody bought a beautiful home, God bless, I'm happy when I see somebody do that. Would I want that house? You couldn't give it to me. I'm over it. It's okay. When you do that, you're going to realize the peace that you're instilling in yourself. Don't be competitive. But I see people more competitive with themselves. When you work, it should really be for the love of what you like to do. And I get it for the people that have to work. I get it. But you know what? Remember the faith and trusting and relaxing that I know I'm not going to be doing this forever. Because it always comes back, and I'm going to tell you, they're going to reroute you somewhere else because you trusted the universe. You didn't imply what they should be doing for you. That's the secret. You know, you can get that book, The Secret, and it's a wonderful book. You can look at that, but there is a lot of illusions in that. Oh, make the vision board. You know, whatever it is you want, you're going to get it. It doesn't work that way, really. And I think for everybody that has seen it, it's a wonderful book, and I'm not knocking it, it's a wonderful, but is not the way it really works. You have to trust. The two words I love that I preach for myself is trust and relax. Trust in them that they're going to come and they're going to give it, and I need to relax about it and throw the timelines away. The day I started throwing timelines away is when my life shifted for the better. Health-wise, forget finances, happiness, love, all of it. So it's something that you have to practice every day. But the main thing is, when you pray, get rid of the ego. That's when it's going to be really, really something. And trust me, your prayers are heard. Don't ever think your prayers aren't heard. They are.
Just don't pray with conditions.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you have a question as well?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Susan.
Okay.
I had a question. So I'm their cousin, and
Can you put the microphone closer?
sorry.
There you go.
Besides my cousin who passed, we had an uncle who passed 2 years ago, and my daughter often says that she sees him walking, and I want to know what that signifies.
I don't think he could walk very well. And I think that walking is definitely showing you that he can walk now, and he's strong, because he couldn't walk when he was around in life. Is this true? There, that's why. When many times spirits come through, I'll say, oh my God, they've got their legs back. Oh my God, my grandfather had both his legs amputated. There you go. So they're going to come in whole form. And that's why I said it's because he couldn't walk. So please listen to your daughter and stop having the vision of how he was while he was passing. Many times we hold on to those, and I say get rid of them. It was just a way for them to pass. We are all going to pass from something, but that doesn't constitute who we are. So the reason they come in full form, completely restored, is because this is who they are, and they want you to think of them that way. Okay?
Yeah, because he lived like a block away from us, and she says she often dreams of him walking from his house to our house.
There you go. See, this is what this means. I think that's wonderful. Okay, you're welcome.
Tell her not to be scared and to say hi.
That's good, Jen.
I finally thought of a good thing to ask. So we've talked about my daughter, Veronica, who has
Yes.
a lot of anxiety. Her bedroom is very active in my home, to the point where it makes her uncomfortable, and she locks the door, which I crack up, like as if that keeps anything out. But so she just came home from college a couple nights ago, and when we walked into her room, a flash of light appeared. We both went like...
I actually like light. Whenever I see
do too.
orbs and I see lights, it's a good thing.
Yes.
All right, so I definitely get that she's being really protected in a big way by females. I see females around her, okay? But the thing is with her, and I know we've talked about it, but I think she brings them also home.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm getting with her, because such as even myself. That's why if I know something's not right or I'm not sleeping, sage, okay? Because it's like you just brought things home. I don't think she means to. She's a portal to many spirits that are earthbound that know that she's sensitive and they can come home with her.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I honestly, I feel for that, but there's nothing you could do but go do the steps to do this. You know, I tell people, if you have to make an appointment on your phone to sage, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, I'm saging. I know life is hectic, then make the appointment on the phone. I don't care how you do it, but you better do it. Because the more you don't do it, the more it's going to get worse and worse and worse. But she is a very sensitive soul. Even her physical body is sensitive.
Very much so. And I know that the presence is loving. You know, it's always bright lights, you know. So I'm always encouraging, like, to say, thank you for coming and guiding me. And she's like, no way. Like, she always says, hell no.
Oh,
Hell
wow.
no.
Okay. Well, you know what? How old is she?
21. She'll be 22 in August.
Well, she's young.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll get there. She will. She'll get there. I really do believe that.
Is it relatives of ours?
I see females. I see 3 females that have all passed, and they seem to be around her a lot. I want to say that they're genetically linked.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, that would be my assumption. All right.
Okay, good. But this is what I'm seeing. But tell her to not try to micromanage things. She does do that. She does. And she's such a bright girl. And she's a go-getter. But I am going to tell you, she's going to learn the hard way. She's going to wear herself very thin, and that's what I'm worried about. She doesn't know her limits and her balances to say no. Okay? You know, for those of you that are listening, if you're going somewhere and you're going to a big group where there's a lot of people and you're starting to feel uncomfortable, that's your little signal that maybe you can't take crowds. Pay attention. Also pay attention to the children. If they're not acting right, it's probably getting to them because the children are very intuitive and they're very vulnerable to spirit. So when you have a child that is complaining, please listen to that child. That child doesn't know how to explain how they feel, but they know how they feel. This is very, very important. Okay? So going back to you, Ellen, I honestly think Veronica she needs to take a step back, but the problem is she doesn't know how. So I would invest in anything that can help her and give her the tools to relax.
She's on a CBD program since she came back.
Is it helping?
Well, it just started, so you need
Okay.
to take it at least a week and a half to 2 weeks before it really gets into your system.
I think it's going to cause her no harm at all. It's when you deal with the THC, sometimes that can help, and sometimes that can burden people. I don't know if that would work for her because I find her to be very sensitive.
Yeah, she doesn't like THC. You know, I'm a culinary cannabis chef, so
okay.
I'm well informed.
Okay.
You know, yes.
Okay. You may have to do more with her, the oils and things like that. You know, she's going to need more of that.
Yes,
Does
great.
she ever get the gummy bears and the chewables?
Yeah, she prefers to take the gummies, you know, but she's made it clear, no THC, so I'm good.
You know what else I'm getting with her? She should do water healing therapy.
Okay.
There's something with water that I think she needs to immerse herself in that's going to help her tremendously. Do it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Just boom, it just came out of left field. Okay, good. Yeah, you're welcome.
Wonderful.
You have more?
Who has not asked a question? Because I want to get to everybody who has not had a question asked.
Two more we have here.
You asked a question, but yes, I just want to make sure we got to anybody who has not. Okay, all right, hold on. We just have a couple minutes left here, so.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask for. I've now totally lost my train of thought.
It'll come to you.
Is there something that I need to know? I feel like I'm moving forward, but something's pulling me back, and I don't know what that is.
Your unsureness to what you are doing. You need to just keep going with the ideas that you have. You have some really good ideas. Now you've got to put a plan of action and let the success, because here's why I'm saying this to you. If you don't and you stall, then everything else is going to stall. When you start going and doing this project, the next one's right around the corner. So I see 7 years of good for you. Not that the rest of your life isn't, but it's almost like a 7-year cycle, okay? But I actually see the next 7 years are going to be very productive financially. Get everything in a contract. That's where I worry. You're a nice lady. That's why I worry.
Thank you. Was that helpful? Good.
Contract.
Okay. Hold on.
So if I can just ask, when I was younger, I remember being with my mom and crying like hysterically for my grandma that I never met. I would just be like constantly, I miss Grandma Norma, I miss Grandma Norma. The past couple of weeks, my daughter, before she goes to bed, will cry, I'm not a big sister anymore. I'm not a big sister anymore. And she is hysterical. She will cry herself to sleep. So I know both of my kids see things. I know they're more intuitive. But she is just like, it came out of left field. She will cry, I'm not a big sister anymore. And she will hold on to that until she falls asleep.
Well, obviously, she's actually getting something that maybe there was another child somehow. There was.
Yeah, there was.
There you go.
I just didn't know what she was seeing.
Well, she's seeing that there was another baby, okay? So the fact that there is, she knows that.
Okay.
So what you need to say is, you kind of aren't. In spirit, you're not. There was somebody that was born before you, okay? But in life today you are. You need to kind of explain it to her in layman terms that she can get, but you need to talk to her and talk through it. But this child knows, and you can't lie to her. And I'm not saying you will, but you can't lie to her because she sees it. Yeah. She knows that she had a sibling because that sibling is coming to her.
Okay.
And you want to know why? That sibling is with Grandma Norma.
Okay. I've heard that several times.
There you go.
Yeah.
So she has this vision. So for all the children that have met their great-grandparents or their grandparents but never met them in life, they've met them. So for all of you that think, I wish my dad was here to see this, they are. What does it mean in spirit? They don't have a physical body anymore. So what does that mean? Maybe physically, I always say the body is a shell. It's the soul. It's kind of like the oyster and the pearl. When you take and extract the pearl, you got an empty shell. That's exactly what happens when we pass. Our bodies are just shells. It's the soul, and the soul constantly lives on. So when they say that, you just say they onto another dimension or past, however you want to say it, but I never use the word dead. They are not dead. Please remember that. That is also going to help you heal. Like your friend who passed, he's not dead. He transitioned to the higher power. I kind of call this school here. And when we've learned everything that we've needed, we what? Graduate to a higher power. That's going to give you more comfort knowing where they're at. Dead is like a very final word, and there is no final in the spirit world. It's infinity. Okay, that should actually help. I know we miss them and we're selfish. We want them here. But you have to look for them in different ways now because this is what this is, and it's testing us to how we are going to handle these things. So even, this is what I say, when our loved one passes, we're actually learning again. You're going to say, well, how are we learning? To handle it. So we are learning through their passing of who we are now and what we've had to discover about us. I mean, Jenna said it many times. When she started this, she did not believe in any of this. Right? Totally. Okay, and then she was on a mission. She was going and going and going and seeing, and then all of a sudden, things started to resonate. She's like, wait a minute, this is not coincidence. This is not scientific. This is something greater. Okay, this is exactly what this is about. Okay? So yes, it exists.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. We're out of time. I just want to thank you all for making the adventure out into the world. Come on up here, Susan, so we can say, I want you all to know Susan does 15-minute readings or hour-and-a-half readings. That's the one thing I love about Susan is if you have a one-question urgent situation, you go to Susan for 15 minutes. Now, don't try to pack in an hour and 15 minutes. That's really mean, and it's not fair to either of you. And you won't get what you really want, right? If you really just have one question, should I move to Arizona, then call Susan. But if you have 15 questions, then book an hour and have a blast with Susan for a whole hour. Imagine having this much time just to Susan for all of your questions. I look forward to having Susan virtually on what I call the Spiritual Social Club, which I do on Zoom, so you can be anywhere. You can be home in your pajamas, and we will Zoom with Susan. We're going to do another one. I want to talk to you tonight about getting a date, about manifesting.
Okay.
For
I wanted
July.
to say something really quick. I don't mean interrupting.
Of course,
but
yes, yes.
Jen's Zoom spiritual clubs, and I'm not saying it because I'm saying it. If it didn't work, I would not do it. I'm really big on that because I am big on if you have a talent or not. Spirit comes through. I want to make that perfectly clear. So spirit will come through a phone, but spirit will come through a computer. This is why this is becoming so successful because people now are learning and they're like, oh my God, it doesn't really matter that you have to be in front of me physically, okay? Because like I said, energy comes through. She does a great job. Look on her calendar because she has so many wonderful, wonderful guests. And you know what? Think about all these different guests and what it speaks to you that you can take away with. It's very, very important. But I thank you always for being this tool for so many people. You will always continue to do this because you found your niche. And I think that there would be a lot of people out there that really wouldn't understand what this is. So you help people like me get it. So I'm very humbled and grateful to be here in your presence, and I thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
that.
And I thank all of you, and thank you, Brian, and thank you, Travis, and thank you, everybody, for all of your energy, your focus, your time. And just be committed to keep raising that vibration just by showing up today. You did your part. And you're also human, so you can still be a jerk to the person in traffic. That's what's going to happen, right? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So don't beat yourself up for being human too, but just try to elevate as much as you can to be spiritual when you can. So stay spiritual, damn it. Be in touch. I'll be sending everybody an email accordingly. Obviously, you know how to get in touch with Susan at susanrowlen.com, but I'll be giving you more of that in an email summary from all of this. And I hope to see you all virtually or in person very soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.